starting, and okay, it looks like it just went live. Let's see if that's working now. There, it showed up. Okay. Nope, that's the one I tried to start. That said didn't work. Let's go ahead and delete that, get that out of the way. Okay, guys, I'm trying to get everything set up here, and let's see. Kill the sound on that. Just need to stop that. Trying to bring it up on the laptop like I did yesterday, and so far it's not coming up. Maybe just haven't have enough time to buffer or whatever. Okay, there. Let's see if that's it. Oh, there we go. Okay, found it. Okay, there's the chat. Somehow I opened up the wrong chat. Let's get that moved over here. Shrink that down. Got my smalls up. There we go. Okay, guys, let's see here. I got the Guinness. There we go. Josh, 3D printing stuff. 3D printed Aspie. Thank you very much for joining. Keith Edelberg, thank you very much. Sparky Phase 5, Sparky! Ripcord. There we go. Everybody's in there. Okay. Slow W27. Hello. Okay, guys. So pretty much back where we started. Get this out of the way now. Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put it here in the chat. We got the link on that side of it, though. Let me open that up further. Once again, everything's reversed on the screen, but at this point, I don't care. I'm just going to leave it because I forget how I changed it. Let's see. I'm looking for the Hangouts. Let's see. Copy that. Close that. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Get back here. There. So right there. I gotta get this monitor closer to me. There. That's popped up in the chat. That's going to be the link for the Hangout. In case anybody would like to join. You're taking off, Sparky? We take care, and thank you very much for joining for a little bit. Don't lick electronics. What? Okay. So let's get going back where we were at. I got to watch some of the videos again last night just to make sure I didn't mess up anything. Actually, everything that I did as far as putting the different screws on the back there, that's actually what it called for. So I think we're going to still be good on everything. So now the next thing is to get this thing knocked out. One thing that I noticed in the video that I didn't do was put this belt around that pulley before I assembled the top piece here. So I don't think it's too late, but let's see. Sparky's advice, like electronics. Do it just once. Okay, so the belt's on it. By the way, how's the stream looking? I put a wire into it, so now it's, instead of running off of Wi-Fi, it's got a wired connection now. So hopefully it's a little bit more stable today. Sparky is wise. Okay, so now I've got that in place. Now it calls for putting this, install it, and then uninstall it and all that. I'm just going to go ahead and thread it through, and then I will. It's 720, it's doing okay. Okay. I do have it going up at the highest rate, which is supposed to be, I believe it's supposed to be going up 1080, but yeah, it may be downscaling too. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Whenever I watch videos, a lot of times I'll actually downscale them, especially if I'm on mobile, and I don't see a huge difference between, say, it's at 480 or wherever it is, when it's going at that rate compared to the standard deal. I just hope I can do that without pulling it out. I'm going to have to pull that rod. Hey Curtis, how you doing? So everybody get the barbecue thing settled last night over between you and Greg? Hey Rick, how you doing? Maybe. I should not have installed that rod yet. But he did in the video, and I did exactly what he did in the video, and that's where I went wrong. Let's see if I can. I don't want to use pliers to do it. If I just wiggle it around, it should eventually come out. Yes, I'm on the west coast of. I'm in California. The town's called Salinas. It's about what 20 miles from Monterey, inland, straight in from Monterey, and about 110 miles south of San Francisco. I know I'm going to mispronounce this name. Turkins? 3D. Thank you very much for joining. It is pretty nice. The only thing is we got a lot of crime. We got a lot of crime. The gangs came in pretty bad in the last few years. So it seems like every morning when we wake up, the news report is somebody got shot. Except I do have to say the other day, the couple of them went and shot at somebody in a car, and that guy actually had a concealed carry permit. he shot them back, and 2 people showed up at the hospital with gunshot wounds, and didn't want to cooperate with the police saying how they got shot. I know that's not funny, but around here, that's like, okay, that's justice. Right now, it is 8:05 here. Yeah, I've been spending 5 minutes trying to get this rod out. I'm about ready to get mean with it. I didn't want to take any pliers to it. Actually, I do see where it's come out some, so it is coming, but just not at the speed it needs to. Yeah, Curtis lives above the Golden Gate. You know what? Have I wiggled that out enough where I can get that motor past there? Yes, I have. I am just going to go for it. That works for me. At least I don't have to worry about that thing ever coming out. Good enough. Now, I do remember him taking one of these pieces and wedging it underneath of that piece in order to tap it back in. Let's see if that works. Because the next thing would be to lock these in place. It didn't go down far enough, so I'm probably going to have to hammer this one down further. Greg the Great! Oh my goodness, thank you, sir. I am better than Curtis. Oh no, here we go. Yes, a bigger hammer. It was funny because what's Ripcord, I think it is. I think he was the one that on Twitter last night mentioned the saying, "You're killing me, Smalls." And that's what was crossing my mind the whole day yesterday when I was doing this. I'm like, "You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me." That's still not there. Man. Let's see if that brought it to the point. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. A friend of mine, Nate, he always says that all the time. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Okay, there we go. It's getting to that point. I'm about to do a flying elbow on it. Oh my goodness. You know, actually, this wouldn't be a bad kit at all if they had an owner's manual for it. Honestly, if they had an owner's manual for it, I think it would be a great kit for a beginner. But I'll say if you're a beginner with the way this is set up, I wouldn't recommend it. Just you know, if you're mechanically inclined, yeah, definitely go for it. But if you're not, I think I would get some experience with something else first. I'm trying to find something I can put underneath it because I should have done that first. Actually, I could use that. Nope, can't do that. Just looking for something that I could throw under there to keep from breaking off that bottom piece, because I got to hammer this one in place. Okay, well, you know what? I still got bearings here. Do I have enough to stack? That's going to be just short. If I put the other bearing on, it's way too tall. Let's see, the switch is going to be too weak to do it on. Let's see. Actually, try that. Nope. Almost. Okay. Okay, I think I found enough of a spacer. Yes. Okay, now I can hammer this home. Oh, good. That one went on a lot easier than that first one did. The first one, no matter how much I hammered it, it seemed like it wanted to go down. Good. Okay, so that is in place, that is in place, and now I need to set my screw over here. Let's go ahead. I want to set that high enough so it's not bottomed out and I got enough room to make some other adjustments. There. Now, on my G-Tech, which was my claim to fame, was that C-wobble bracket. But wait a minute, that's missing the set screw. Why is that missing the set screw? Wait a minute here. I've never seen a set screw anywhere, just thinking about it. Well, that's legitimately a problem. Is it even threaded? Yeah, it's got some threads to it. I don't remember seeing a set screw fall out of the bag when I took that out. Okay, well, that's no big deal because I honestly will not have time to get this actually running today. So I'll pick up a set screw later on today. So right now I'm just going to set that in place because I'm not printing the cover for it right away, so I can I've got time I can play with that. Okay, so at this point right here, this part of it's done. So now we move on to the print bed and that kind of part. Now, I believe this is for the sensor. I hear the chickens laying an egg. See, is that right? So that's going to be down here. So let me look that up in the diagram here. Oh, the link of the printer? Let me grab it here real quick. Let's see. A new tab. Let's see. Hey Jeff, how you doing? I saw that about your video. What happened? Well, don't say what happened, please, because I don't want you. I remember what happened. Clubder. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Haven't you a build manual? No, and that's. Let me go ahead and I'll give you the link to the Smalls, and so you can see what I'm looking at. I was going to do it yesterday, and I don't know why it didn't post, but it didn't. So first off, here is the link for the Printrbot Smalls kit, and no, you typed it. No, Jeff. No. Yeah, but now I'm going to get censored. Oh man. Okay, so here is the instruction manual. And I'm being completely sarcastic. Okay, so it's only giving me, oh, that's the reason why I didn't post yesterday. So the address, the link for the Printrbot Smalls build sheet is 218 characters long. It only allows 200 in the chat. So go to the link that I just posted for the Printrbot Smalls for the shopping for it, and then scroll down to where it says view and download design files. That is all the instructions. Hey Theory, how you doing? That way you can see exactly what I'm dealing with. There we go. Okay, so now that. Now we're to the base. I'm gonna have to get rid of that rooster. He's getting too close to the door now. Doing good, my friend. Thank you. Now, I got this portion onto it. That's so far what I got done, and I'm missing one set screw for the coupler, which I'll pick that up locally. I'm not going to bother him about that. I can pick that up at probably Ace Hardware later on today. There's the switch, printer board, spacers, which I'll do those in a little bit. And stop assembly, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so that's why. So the end stop assembly goes like that, and this actually goes like that. Okay. So I'm going to take one of the small screws. I'll mount it in that direction. Thanks, Jeff. As if they didn't see it the first time. Okay, so the thing is, Jeff put in a certain organization's name under his video description, and it wouldn't let him monetize the video. I'm not laughing because that's funny. I'm laughing because that's just bad. I did not know that they would ever do something like that. That's taken a little too far. Oh God. Okay, so there's that. Now what do I do with a screw? It blends in pretty good with the carpet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and mount this on here first, and then I'll try getting that screwed in place. You loaded a thumbnail? Is that what happened? Yeah, but he's Captain Balls. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just find the set screw? I've just found the set screw. Nice. I'll say I couldn't believe they would ever send anything without set screw. It's just strange it wasn't already in there. I'll get to that in a little bit. Like I said, I'm sure I won't get this up and running today, or at least on this stream. Right now, it's just a challenge just to get it done. Hey, Toto guy, how you doing? You stinking screw, get in there. That is one tight hole. Still, the screw's not against the switch. If I go any further, it's going to strip it. I'm going to call it good right there. Hang it. And did I just mess up? I did. Because I think that's where the two bearings are supposed to go. Yes. Didn't even notice that. I'm not even going to try removing that screw because it is way too tight, so I'll take off the bottom ones here. Those came out a lot easier. There, that's good enough. Okay, so now I take two of these, one of those, and a washer, I believe. Nope, take it back. It's the button head. That's right. There we go. Oh, wait a minute, what's this? Yes, it is a new toy. Oh, man. Let's see, Lucky 13. Greg's in there. Okay. Why did the chicken cross the road and back again? Oh, God. I'm not going to go there. No. Dustin's a friend. I can't do it. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm totally missing something here. What did Dustin do? Or do I need to ask? I said tight hole, hence my comment. Yeah, I wanted to go there, but I try to be as PC as possible on the camera. You can ask any of the other guys that have met me. I joke a lot. Chat is wild today. Yes, it is. How many people are in the stream? I never did even see it yesterday because I don't have my picture up or nothing on here where I can actually see the stream itself. 10 people. Okay, cool. That's honestly 10 more people that watching than I ever thought would want to watch. Okay, so now to get these back in. Oh, 19. Cool. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go back on Twitter later on today and see. I was on Twitter yesterday, but I honestly wasn't on Twitter. I did some posts, but I wasn't reading a whole lot of posts yesterday. I thought I was going to have decent signal strength over at the concert. We could catch up on everything. I think I even tried to do a Periscope from there, and judging by the fact that only one person watched at any given time, and they kept that person kept disappearing, I'm guessing that it wasn't a very good stream. So I gave up after about 3 songs, and honestly, it wasn't the greatest anyway. Let's see. Actually, I'll do the bed here in a moment. Let me go ahead. This is the switch. Okay, I definitely got to check out Twitter now. Oh, wow. And I gave them the wrenches too, Toto guy. Oh, man. I would never, ever, ever say that. 3D printer SB. I'd never say that. But I know. My favorite one was the cup holder. That was my favorite. I want to go there so bad, but I won't. Actually, I will. I got a kick out because, like, who do I blame? Do I blame McDonald's? Do I blame Starbucks? Or do I blame the car manufacturer because my cup won't fit in the cup holder? But that's the cool thing about having 3D printers. With that many 3D printers, you should be able to print something for your cup holder. That's personally what I would do. I am going, he said to just put them on a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and slide them things on there, and I'll tell you why. I am not 100% sure I'm going to print the cover to go over the board. I kind of like the look the way it is, so I might just leave it like it is and not worry about it. I don't know. I might change my mind later, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and use that the way it is. And Dustin, if you are watching, or you watch this at a later time, I love you, man. I think we all do. We just kind of get a kick out of the different things sometimes. I gotta check that out. Something feels looser there for some reason, but I'll check that out a little bit later. Okay, so now I do know there was something said about putting these on the motors first. Hey, Paulo, sorry about that. Have a good day. Let's see. So now, there we go. So I've got the shorter wire there, I got the longer wire there, because that one's going to go, these go underneath the printer board. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. There are a lot of different streams that I watch, and quite honestly, if somebody doesn't like something, or if I'm watching a stream and I just not into it, I just go on my way. You know, it's to me, it's never anything personal, but some people just like to be heard, which is fine. It's like they always say around here, you know, they say America's got free speech, and it's like, yeah, they do. You can say whatever you want, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna have your teeth afterwards. Let's see here. So we got that switch. I know I bypassed the printer board. I want to make sure I put it the right direction. Oh, spin it the wrong way. Okay, so that is the right direction. Cool. So we're supposed to take this, drop it down, take that, drop it down. And I know there's standoffs, but he said not to use the standoffs. So right now I'm not going to use a standoff. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in place. I will, you know what though, I am going to use a standoff because it needs it, honestly. Actually, we got a standoff there from the factory. It's printed into the piece. Hey Kat, how you doing? Glad you're able to make it. Oops. How am I doing on time here? That's not so bad. Doing better than I did yesterday about this time. Thank you, Toto Guy. Appreciate it. You know, I love 3D printing, and I love the equipment. I'm a sucker for it. I can take, but the 3D printers I got, I can sit there and just watch them. Like if I've had a really stressful day, and for some reason it just kind of calms me down and all that. But at the same time, the guys it's like, oh, 3D printing is going to take care of everything. It's great for printing out. It's just what it is. It's rapid prototyping is what it is. And as far as being a replacement for manufacturing techniques, it's never, at least in my view, I don't think it'll ever be a complete replacement. Like they say, oh, well, it's going to replace having to go to the store. No, it's not. They said the same thing about the internet. Oh, you're going to buy everything online. Well, you do buy a lot of stuff online, but not that much. You still go to town to buy your groceries for the most part. Okay. So now I'll take this power wire, that plug in right there. I gotta screw that down a little bit tighter. There we go. Yeah, perfect. And then this, I will have to look those up. I believe that one goes here, I believe. I'll double check it before I commit to it. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that just yet. In fact, the wiring I can actually take care of it at a later time. Fidget spinner videos, yes. But you know, it's like everything else. Fidget spinners are going to come and they're going to go. And what's funny is that's a spinoff from the fidget cube. That's what started the whole thing, was that little box that you could click and spin and all that other stuff. Okay, so we got that in place. We got that in place. I think right now I need to just go ahead and concentrate on finishing up the bed on it, and then I can take care of all the wiring at a little bit later. Just in case I start running out of time, I can call it. Okay, so the bearings I know fit into here. Let's see, do I have that in the right spot? Yeah. Yeah, the fidget cube. Cool. Let's see. Burlesque dancer, fidget cube, or a fidget spinner. Okay, I don't even want to know what you're watching, man. Oh man. Good. That's feeling all right. So now this goes on here like that. And he said there's going to be lots of screws left over according to the video. So that way, for attaching the handle and other pieces to it, you got all the screws you need to do it. Okay. So now that's in place, I can take that rod and put in there. I can take this rod and put in here. And then this goes on this side. And then this goes on that side. Then this belt comes this way, and I believe it just doubles over and goes through the hole, if I remember right. And I kind of gave up on the idea of getting it printed by the end of the live stream. I thought about trying it, and I don't know. We'll see. But I think I'll probably finish the wiring and everything later on tonight or something. I could maybe try live streaming it later on, but I don't know. I would like to, but at the same time, I know I've got to really concentrate on the wiring, otherwise I'll mess some stuff up. I thought I was going to have this thing printing yesterday, and then everything just kind of fell apart. So I thought, I'm not going to commit to anything fully yet. Okay, so I need a piece of filament. Actually, let me use these. There we go. The filament just goes into the belt to work as a little catch for it. Otherwise, the belt would fall right back through the hole. So by doing it that way, it locks it in. And then you just use your zip tie to tie it off. Okay, Kat, thank you very much for coming, and I'll hopefully see you in a little bit. There we go. Hashtag no fidgets. So has anybody tried the Hangout link yet to see if it's working? Okay. Actually, let me set this back up because I'm not pulling the belt through. Yeah, there we go. So this right here is going to be the belt tensioner. Oh no! I think all the Android devices, I think almost all of them come with Hangouts pre-installed. But any of the other phones, I think they all, you have to load it up separately. That's a little more, just a hair more. Yeah, we tried it the other night, the Hangouts. It's actually a pretty slick deal, but I don't know if the link's working or not. That's the one that was where you can copy it and paste it or whatever. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, Theory, because they come with so much garbage on these phones anymore. It's ridiculous. Yeah, good. That's going to reach. So the difference between this part and this part is it's actually indented. So that allows for me to use these screws to hold it instead of having the longer ones like I had to have back here because it's a solid piece. So luckily I figured it out yesterday before I went to the store, so I didn't have to buy the screws for it. Oh, good. That one's in. Ah, it's getting so much closer finally. Good enough. I'll clip the belts off a little bit. I don't want them interfering with the print deal, but I'll get those cut off before well, actually, I can go ahead and cut them off now. This was thinking maybe I have something a little bit little bit there. That might work a little bit better, but actually that looks like the scissors work fine. Yeah, cool. Yeah, laptops, they really load those things up, man. Especially if you buy one from Dell. My goodness. Oh, we're gonna put this on there. I don't want that. Oh, we're gonna put it on there anyway. So this does not have a heated bed. So later on, I can do an upgrade on it and take care of that. But they use painter's tape. But what I'll end up doing is I'll probably pick up a sheet of that build tack and put on it. Yeah, it's starting to look like a printer, isn't it? Hey, Practical Printing. Thank you, sir. And I was going to start the stream that way, and everything, I got messed up trying to get all that. Here in America, it's Father's Day, so I want to wish all of you that celebrate Father's Day, happy Father's Day. Me, I've got two older. It's a stepson, stepdaughter, Kyle and Crystal, and they are both at Lake Powell today. They took a long trip. They took their families there for the weekend. I got somebody on Hangout. You guys are welcome to join. That way I'm not just hearing my own voice. I keep trying to get Curtis to join, but he doesn't like the camera for some reason. And honestly, I was the same way. Oh, you do have it in the UK as well. That's cool. That's one thing I need to start learning. What is celebrated in other countries and what isn't. I just have never had to keep track of that kind of stuff. So you just over here, I just don't really know. We'll go ahead and it's what 8:53. I got some time. Let's go ahead and play with some wires here. Now, that's about the time I fell asleep during the video, was whenever I was watching the wiring part of it. So I gotta try to remember where the wires go here. I am sure the longest motor wire, which is going to be this one here, I'm sure that comes from this front extruder because it's got to have enough room to travel back and forth without getting pinched up. And I'm sure this one will go to this one because it doesn't travel as far. And I do know that these wires go that way. This one is an interesting looking one. Looks like the sensor has its own wire already attached. I should be drinking, but I don't. And there's a reason why. It's because of family history. It's kind of like one of those things where if you stick your finger in a light socket, you're going to get shocked. Well, family history tells me if I take a drink, I won't stop. So I just don't start. I got my power settings set on that, but I forgot to set the power settings on this one. This is actually my mom's laptop right here, and it's a little what's it got? An AMD E2, which I think is probably not even 2 gigahertz. So it does all right, but yeah. As far as live streaming or doing video capture or anything like that, it just won't do it. Yes, I should start drinking coffee, especially since I quit drinking Cokes. That was the hardest thing I ever did, is to give up drinking Coke, because I loved it so much. But I had to give it up. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I've lost a little bit of weight. I don't know how much, but what happens, I went to the doctor. Well, if you remember the video when I went to Yosemite in the snow, I took my mom there, along with my wife, Beth. Well, we got to the point where we were going to go up to the Yosemite Falls. So we're going up the path, and they had the path all blazed going up through there. You know, they had all the snow removed from the path up until just before the falls. And where it started going uphill, that's where they had stopped, and it was like a 6-foot snowbank there. So my mom, she was getting pretty cold. She wanted to go back to the car, so I took her back. And then Beth's like, I want to go up to the falls. I'm like, great, let's go up to the falls. We get up there, we go off onto the snow, go up where everybody else was going. But the thing is, we went where everybody else was going, so it was just hard packed. It was just like ice. And so we're going along there, and I'm doing all right because I've got my work boots on, and the tread, you know, keeps you from slipping that much. So we're going along, and I'm filming with the Osmo as we're going, and Beth slips and falls. So I have hold of her, and so I pull up as she's going down, and it somehow did something to my neck. And she didn't do it once, she did it twice. So by the time we got back to the car, it's like I felt weird, but it didn't feel that bad. So I thought, oh, good, you know, it's not nothing horrible. So next morning I wake up, and it's just horrible pain. And for, I think it was for 2 weeks, I went every single day to the chiropractor, and he did everything he could. They used the diode laser, which the diode laser actually helps some, but they would adjust me every single day. And it finally got to the point where it's like, so that's like, you need to go to the doctor. Okay, fine. So I go to the family doctor, and he checks me out. He says, okay, I'm going to send you over for some blood tests. I'm like, blood test? Says, yes, if we haven't done a blood test in you in 20 years. Oh, great. So they sent me for a blood test, sent me for x-rays and all that. And finally, everything kind of worked out, and you know, the pain went away and all that. But it was enough where he was able to do the blood test, and he comes back and goes, okay, so we got some problems. And he said, no, I'm not talking about your neck. Okay, what are you talking about? I said, you aren't pre-diabetic, you are elevated risk for diabetes, which there's a A1C, they have a scale, I forget what the numbers are, but you're under this number, you're all right. You're up to this number, you're pre-diabetic, you're elevated risk for diabetic. You're above this number, you are pre-diabetic, and if you're above this number, then you're full-blown diabetic. I'm like, okay, I'll take care of it. He says, what are you going to do? He says, you need to see we call it, the ones that take care of the dietitian. Do you need to see a dietitian? I'm like, no. He said, why? I said, well, my dad was a diabetic, so I know what I need to do. He says, oh, really? What do you need to do? I said, quit drinking Coke. He's like, what? I said, I drink like between 4 to 6 Cokes a day, the canned Cokes. I said, I love Pillsbury sugar cookies, and especially if they're slightly undercooked so they're really soft. So I love them. I says, I will, after work, Beth will cook me up a batch of them, and I will just eat those. And that's pretty much like my dinner. I was horrible. I really ate bad for a long time. And so he says, so you think you can take care of it? I said, yeah, I'll take care of it. And so that day I quit drinking Cokes. I've cut out almost all sugar. Once in a while, like my mom, somebody brought her some See's candy, which if you ever have a chance to try See's candy, get some. This stuff is good. But she got a box of the See's candy, and so she said, here, have a piece. I'll eat one piece once in a while, but I don't just sit there and just do like I used to do and just swallow them all. But hey, Fudge, how you doing? But yeah, it was a deal, you know, and probably for the first week was just killing me. I wanted sugar so bad, but at the same time, I knew I couldn't do it. So once I got through the first week, it wasn't so bad, and I wasn't craving it. And then here in the last month, I've noticed that I can go without eating breakfast. I can go almost all day long without even eating, and I don't feel hungry. And all I could figure is it had to do with the sugar. That somehow the sugar just had me messed up to where I just was always hungry. Anytime I wasn't doing something, I had something in my mouth. Yes, they do make sugar-free seeds. I gotta check that out. But at the same time, I hate to get into eating the candy because, you know, one thing leads to another. And before you know it, it's like, but that one over there tastes better. Yes, sugar is harder to quit than booze. I firmly believe that. Thanks, Theory. But I'm not. I don't know for sure how much I weighed when this whole thing started. I think I was tipping the scale just under 300 pounds. I think I was at 290 something, if I remember right. And which that was the biggest I'd ever been. And as far as functioning, I didn't have a problem. I do sandblasting for a living, so I'm rolling underneath trailers. I'm lifting 100-pound sacks of sand. I'm still doing my job just fine. And so as far as noticing a difference from losing the weight, I didn't until this past week. And we do this thing up at my night job where we check out the alarms once a month and make sure everything's working properly. And so I help them out, and I've been doing that now for probably 14 years. I've been helping them out with that. And fiddle, I went up the stairs because there's one part where I go down the stairs, check these doors, go back up the stairs. And over the years, I got to the point where by the time I hit the top of the stairs, I'm like, this time I got up the stairs and I'm like, I'm not huffing and puffing. That was the first time I noticed the difference. So I don't know what I weigh now. I just know that my belts. I had to buy a new belt because the other belt was too long, and my pant size, I'm actually down to a 44 now, where I was a 46 and starting to go into a 48. So I know I've lost that much. Okay, guys, I've bored you enough with the story. Let's see. Let's get back to the wiring. Okay, so now this is going to be for the fan, I believe. Okay, and that is going to be for a heater. Okay, am I missing? Okay, so I've got the extruder. I've got the heater. What's this one? So I thought that was for the heater. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. Oh, that's probably for the thermistor. That's right. Okay. Okay, so all the wires are attached to their respective places. Now, in the video, he brings all these up to this point right here, and he takes a zip tie and he ties it off through this slot they have right here in the front. Actually, I'm going to bring that zip tie from the back, bring it through. Let's go ahead and bring all those up. Get back to the chat here in just a moment. Just need to get this one wire here to attach the way it's supposed to be so I can bring it up where it needs to be. Ooh, did I almost forget a wire? Yes, I did. Let's bring that up through there. Okay. Make sure everything's up enough where it's not going to interfere with the print there, and then make sure nothing is going to get messed up there. That goes that direction. It's looking good. There. Bring that around here if I can. Just want to make sure it doesn't interfere with the extruder, but I think it's going to be fine like that. And just clip that. Cool. So now we have our wire bundle there, and then we've got some wires here. Okay, let's take a look at the chat here and see what's up. Let's see. Thank you guys. Thank you. 2 a.m. in Australia. Man. Thank you very much for watching. Let's see. 12 p.m. there. It's 19:05 in Finland. Man. You guys are all over. I didn't even really realize where you guys were at. Yes, I normally have church too with my mom. My mom is a Pentecostal preacher. Yeah, I'm a preacher's kid. My dad was a preacher. My mom's a preacher. So we normally have church. But with her being up there at the rehabilitation center, what I do is I go up there at 10 o'clock. And that's when they open the doors for the visitors to go in. Then we'll usually read or something up there. But everything's been kind of a mess ever since she's been in and out of those places like that. But I'll definitely be going up there in a little bit, and we'll be doing some reading. 5 p.m. Let's see now. Theory, you are in Sweden, right? Chris, 20 kilograms of middle-aged fluff. That's what I'm hoping to get rid of. And honestly, with the weight loss I'm doing, a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're losing so much weight." And it's like I didn't do this to lose weight. I just did so I wouldn't be pre-diabetic anymore. Switzerland, sweet, man. That's one place I'd love to visit. I would love to go there. Hopefully someday. I'd love to check out all the different countries like that. See, Daniel Norre, he's in Sweden, if I remember right. That's probably where I was thinking, Sweden. Oh, thank you, Theory. Yeah, if it ever happens, I'll definitely let everybody know. I know my one of my aunts, she does takes a lot of trips to Europe and all through the different countries over there. I'll tell her, yeah, so and so from a certain place, and she'd be like, I've been there. In fact, if she's watching, hi Aunt Helen, how you doing? And Nancy, if you're watching, hello. They've been over here helping take care of my mom, and because even though she's at that place for the rehabilitation, or for the to recover from being in the hospital for so long, you still got to keep them company, because man, I know it's rough on her, because she's used to getting out, doing whatever she wants, and at that place they don't they want them there to do the therapy and stuff like that. You know, they take them and have them walk and do exercises and stuff like that to try to build their muscles back up. But gotta give her some hope. But yeah, they've been really good to help take care of her, and kind of gives me and my wife a break, so that if we need or want to go somewhere to kind of take a break, we can. Wife is working on feeding me more mashed taters. You know, and that's the thing. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just the sugar, and it's actually not just the sugar. Because with my dad being diabetic like he was, you have to watch your carbohydrates. And when you start mentioning carbohydrates, everybody just automatically, Atkins diet, he's a hack, he's this. I agree partly that the way that he was presenting the diet, because essentially all it was the diabetic diet is all that was, but they added all their little tricks to it, which that was kind of a bad thing for them to do. But but the thing is, from the standpoint of carbohydrates turn into sugar, that's what you got to kind of look at. So potatoes, how is it the one person put it? If it has a mother and a father, then it doesn't have carbohydrates. So that means all your meat, fish, stuff like that, none of that has carbohydrates. It's not until you put the breading on it, you put flour on it, buttermilk. Well, even buttermilk, I think you're all right. But when you get into potatoes, when you get into rice, those kind of foods, they have a lot of starch to them, which that will really mess you up when it comes to carbohydrates. More of that useless information, I know. Okay, this printer was given to me by PJ on Twitter. I had no clue this was coming. All I know is I go and I come in Tuesday night, I check the mail, and there's a card from the post office saying, you missed the delivery that you need to sign for. Oh, what delivery I need to sign for? I haven't ordered anything that needs to be signed for. The only thing I knew that I had on order was this. And this was actually sent to me by eSun. I contacted them, was asking them, hey, do you give out samples? And I told them, that I had a YouTube channel. They're like, hey, we're going to send you one. And so they sent me a roll of the bronze PLA that they sell, which the package, they actually had to repackage it on the way from China, because the first package got destroyed and they included that in the bag. But they sent me this, and I have not even had a chance to open this. But this was the only package I knew that I had coming. That's actually pretty cool right there. That's nice looking. Check that out. I don't know if you can see it. That looks pretty cool. It's going to be interesting to check that out. But anyway, that's the only thing that I kind of thought might be coming, but I didn't figure they would want me to sign for that package. So I'm like, what in the world? So then I did notice that the address that I pulled the tracking information on because I had the tracking information on it. Looked it up. Okay, well, it's coming from Lincoln, California. Well, I know that Heather and Travis are close to there, but I can't think of anybody else that would be there. And then I'm like, nah, Printrbot I know is there too, but they wouldn't be sending me anything. They don't even have my address. So the next day I go to the post office and take the card in, and I'm like, here to pick up a package. Oh yeah, just sign here. She goes back there. She brings the package out, and it's that box with the Printrbot logo on it. It's like, no. It's like I instantly go to the guys on Twitter that I know that have my address. First one is Curtis. Okay, Curtis, what's going on here? I don't know what you're talking about. I get hold of who was it? C-Dub. Calvin. I get hold of Calvin. I'm like, Calvin, what do you know about this? He says, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not me. And I'm like, what in the world? So then finally Curtis is like, just go on Twitter and say thanks. Yeah, Printrbot is in Lincoln, California, which is what, maybe 3-4 hours from me. I would love to go check out their place, but I don't think they have tours or anything where you can actually go there. Anyway, get back to it. So I posted on there that somebody had sent me a package, and you know, was kind of thinking, you know, whoever it was, you know, thank you. And then that's when PJ comes on there and he's like, yeah, I figured you'd like it. I got a kick out of that. So it turned out that he did contact Curtis, and Curtis was the one that said, hey, here's his address. Which I don't mind a bit. Curtis is one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. Man. The instructions for this, go to, if you scroll up the, let's see if I still have it in my, I don't think I saved anything else here. Oh yeah, I did. Actually, let me see if I can take this to one of those sites where it can shrink down the URL. Oh, it came right up. I didn't even have to type shortener. Google URL shortener. What it is, the URL for the instructions is horribly long. It's 218 characters long, where you can only post up to 200. Let's see. There it got copied. Okay. There. That's the shortened URL for it. Yeah, that's going to be the link right there. If you click on that, that should take you to what I'm having to use for instructions. And that's one thing that if I ever get a chance to talk to Drum or to Brooke, I keep calling him Drum. If I get to talk to Brooke about it, that's one thing I'd love to just say, by the way, please make an instruction manual. But in all fairness, though, I do realize that this printer is not one of their top printers, and I can understand why they wouldn't want to put the time and the effort into a instruction manual for it, because it's really, I don't think it's really intended for a beginner. I think it's mainly intended for somebody who wants something to just kind of tinker with. I honestly believe that's what it is. There we go. Yeah, it's got auto leveling. There's nothing on the bed to adjust. It doesn't have any springs underneath the screws or anything to adjust it. So it's all done by the sensor right here. So when oh, by the way, it does come with the SD card. I didn't even notice that. I can get it out of there too. I don't know if it's supposed to come out. Yeah, it does. So micro USB or micro SD card. That's cool. I didn't even know that was on there. Don't tell me that had the instructions on it. I'll bet you it's got something on it. I'll check that out later, and then I'll tell you later on how stupid I was. I didn't even know that was in there. Anyway, what you do is you loosen this up, and you'll adjust the bit height by adjusting the sensor. And then, of course, it'll do its auto leveling thing, I'm sure. I just got to figure out how I'm going to be able to print with it without it having a screen on it. So that's going to be an interesting thing. Oh, who knows? I might do a live stream later on about it or something. But for now, this is going to work pretty good, though. Let me go ahead and clip this. And then I'm going to put one more zip tie down here at the base to hold this loom. The controller board, I am not sure, but it says Printrbot on the back side of it. So I'm guessing it's manufactured by Printrbot. I know a while back they posted a video showing a machine that looked like it was soldering circuit boards. So I honestly think they do their own circuit boards. I'm not for sure though. Okay, so now we are on to hooking up the wiring here. So let me see if it shows me in here how the wiring goes. Check my Twitter. Uh-oh. What am I missing? Pull out my trusty phone here. I'd be lost without this thing. Okay, got your fudge. Jaden. Okay, there we go. Hello, what's going on here? It says we're playing to Jimmy Shaw's Tidbits Drive. Okay. I'll lay my phone down over here. Okay. I'm still trying to find the wiring diagram for it. Yeah, all I see on here is the print board assembly. Thanks, Chris. Have a great day. Happy Father's Day, my friend. Sure glad you're able to join. Okay, so I am not seeing the wiring diagram on there. I know that in the video he says X, Y, Z. So this one here, let's see. I know the Z is going to be this one, which is, did I just do that? Let's see if I can pull some wires here. Okay, so that's the one for the extruder. That one's going to go over here. So we have the extruder. This one's going to be the Z. So X, Y, Z. Move that wire over there. Okay, X is the bed, right? Actually, let's just take a look here. It should say. Yeah, print bed is X. So that first wire is going to go right here. And then this wire is going to go right here. I think. Let's see. The rest of this I need to really check it out before I go any further. I do not want to mess it up. So I don't have anything. We'll see here. I see a fan, so that's going to be to that. Let's see if the circuit board has any writing on it that says where something goes. I think these up here for the end stops, but I'm not sure what end stop would go where. Well, if we go X, Y, Z, X, and then Y would be the one up here. And then Z would be the sensor. Then that leaves I look at the front of the board here. I think this is a spot for a heated bed. So I'm guessing that's going to be the one next to it. It's going to be the one for the extruder. The heater itself. And then that leaves, okay, where's this wire come from? I'm guessing that's for the thermistor. Only got two other places to plug it in. I'm not sure on that. I'm going to double check it before I go any further. I want to double check all the wiring before I plug it in. Anyway, other than that wire there, I got everything plugged into something. So I'll double check the wiring before I plug it in. I just want to be absolutely sure. I don't want to burn anything up, mess anything up here. Jaden, thank you very much for joining. Nice seeing you, my friend. Take care and have a happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Greg. How many kids you got? I honestly don't have any of my own. Back when I had my little puppy, Fluffy, I used to always kid around. Yeah, that's my baby girl. I kept asking Beth, so what's Fluffy getting me for Father's Day? Oh, man. Let's see. Okay, guys, it is 9:30. Pretty much have this assembled. Like I said, I'm going to go back through the wiring before I plug it in. So later on I'll do a video or do a live stream or something later on. But I'm happy with it. Oh yeah, still gotta set this thing. That's what I'm forgetting. And grab the Allen wrench. And pick this up a hair. There we go. Let's see how straight that runs. Yeah, it's running pretty straight for me. What do you guys think? That's going to work. Nice. I don't see any Z-wobble on that. Okay. You love your Printrbot. Sweet. I hope it goes well too. I'll get back over here later on tonight and I'll button up all the wiring because I'll have to watch the video that he did and go through the wiring and make sure I got it the right way because I don't see the wiring in the diagram here. But I think it's going to be a pretty nice unit. I need to do something about that. I will figure out a way of tying that so that tie that in a way where it won't keep pulling on wires. I could probably put a zip tie there. No, I can't because these screws right there. I'll figure out something. Nothing else, I'll print a bracket for it. No, I do not have a Trinus. I have been watching all of you guys with Trinuses, and man, there's some really nice printers out there. There was one that I'd like to get, and that's a Delta style printer. And it was a FL Sun, I believe it was. And it was like at one point it was like you could get the heated bed for it and all the upgrades for it. And it was like $180 some. It was on sale. But I haven't seen that one around for a while. Just double checking here. I heard something buzz. But yeah. Anyway, guys, so that's going to do it for the build. So, guys, got any questions or want to join in on the Hangout and talk for a little bit? We can, because I can keep this thing going until 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I have to stop and take off. But if you guys have any questions or like to chat about anything, now's the time to do it. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Cameras make you look fat. I saw you. You're a one sexy man. How come you don't want to take your picture? Come on, Greg. I just want to see you take a picture with a pink hat on just for giving Heather a good giggle. How much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I'm guessing 1. Probably a toothpick. Okay, Greg, you have a good one. Thank you very much for joining, my friend. Well, it looks like everybody's kind of getting pooped out. So let's just go ahead and call it. if you are still watching, if you aren't a subscriber, I encourage you to please subscribe. Yesterday, I don't know what happened, but I lost 6 subscribers since I started live streaming. I take it people didn't like it, so that's all cool. But I did lose about 6 subscribers yesterday. So hopefully doing some live streams. I'm not going to do them all the time. This is just, I did the ones previous to this just to test everything out and see if I even could do it. And I haven't heard any complaints today, so I've taken it the cable works, so not being on Wi-Fi. Thank you, Theory. Thank you, Toto. Thank you very much for everybody's support. Thank you very much for the donations. Thank you very much for watching me, most of all. And you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you soon. I plan on having something out for Wednesday's video. I haven't figured out what yet. Maybe this, maybe something else, but we'll figure it all out. But anyway, that's going to do it. You guys have a good one. Take care, and happy Father's Day.